Okay, this is where we left off from our last video. We had looked at question 6A1 and we're ready to look at question 6A2 now. They say the bowl is completely filled with soup. Alright. When all the soup is poured into the empty cylindrical tin, 90% of the volume of the tin is filled. You must calculate the radius of the bowl, and they give you the volume of a sphere 4/3 pi r cube. Alright, I had copied that part here. So I'm going to do the calculation for this. What I want you to do is pause the video and work this out, find the volume. Alright, you're finished? What did you, not volume, radius. What did you get for the radius? Alright, so the bowl is completely filled with soup. And all the soup is poured into the empty cylindrical tin, and 90% of the volume is filled. So the volume of the hemisphere would be 90 per means out of, cent means 100. I think it's Latin word centrum, it comes from, meaning 100. 90% of means multiply of, or 1923 of the volume of the hemisphere. That would be what? Let's go back for our calculator again and calculate this thing. Okay, we still have the value here. 90% means 0.9. So 0.9 multiplied by this equal 1731. So 1731 centimeter cube would be the volume of the hemisphere, which is 90% of the volume of the cylindrical tin. Now remember that this formula, volume is 4/3 pi r cube, is the volume of a sphere, an entire sphere. So before you cut the sphere in two, you have to make the hemisphere, you have the entire sphere, and it would be the same radius as for the hemisphere. Now the volume of the sphere would be 2 times this, 2 times 1731. Alright, so the volume formula here is the volume of an entire sphere, not the hemisphere. So if the hemisphere is 1731, the whole sphere would be twice that. So what we have is 2 times 1731 gives us 3462. So 3462 centimeter cube for the whole sphere. So we can apply this formula now for the volume of the sphere. So 3462 is equal to 4/3 pi, they said to use 22/7 times r cube. Alright, so we have 3462 equal 4 by 22 up top is 88 over 3721 down the bottom, r cube, right? What we can do is divide this by 88 over 21, or we could also multiply the 3462 by 21 and divide by 88 to get r cube. So r cube equals, so let us work it out and see what we get. Should be 3462 times 21 gives us 72,702. Divide that by 88, 826.16. So 826.16 is what we get here. That is r cube. R would be the cube root now of 826.16. Alright? So we can calculate r. So back to our calculator. Now the thing is, my calculator does not have a cube root, a direct cube root on it. But remember, when you find the cube root of a number, it's the same as raising the number to the power of 1/3. So let's raise this to the power of 1/3. So it's raised to the open bracket 1/3 close bracket equal 9.38. So our radius is 9.38 centimeters. So that is the radius of the ball, 9.38 centimeters.